Learning Zilli Nishmas Etta Ahuva by Yaakov Maseches Eduyos Perches Mishna Gimel. Hey, Rabbi Yeshua, Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseir al Amanas Isa Sheikshera Lekuna. Rabbi Yeshua and Rabbi Yehuda ben Beseir said Edus on the Almana of Isa that it's Kasha Lekuna. What is Almanas Isa? So the Gemara in Ksuvis on Daf Yadalet Amar Aleph says Eitzehi Almanas Isa, and the Gemara says Kol Shenitma Ba Safek Chalal, that it's a family that there's a suffix chalal. So Rashi over there explains two pshatim. We'll just say the first pshat. Tais has another pshat over there. Rashi says that it's a person who was suffix gerusha, a lady that was suffix gerusha, suffix amana, meaning she got a get, but it was a suffix megureshes. It was thrown to her, suffix karav loy, suffix karav la. And then the baal dies. So we're not sure if she's a gerusha or she's an amana. And now she goes ahead and she marries to a kayin. So the child that's born is a suffix chalal. Now that suffix chalal goes ahead and marries a lady. So that lady is what we call the almanas Isa. Yeshua said that this Isha is ksher lekahuna. The Gemara over there is masber because it's a svek sveka. So this actually, on this Pshan and Rashi, it's a shtick hard to understand, but it just means that there was one suffix on the chalal himself, and now we're a step removed, so now it's like a svek sveka. So the Mishnah says, she isak sher l'tamei, l'tar, l'rachik, u'likar. So we go b'chetzkes kashrus because of svek sveka. Amar Mishna Yomi. Mishna Yomi argues, and in the Gemara in Ksuvis on Daf Yud Gimel, it's mavur that it's Rav Gamliel, because the Gemara over there asks to steer Rabbi Yeshua, Gamliel. So Gamliel argues and he says, "Kabalnu eduschem, aval ma nase shegozer b'yechem mazakai shalelo hayshabati dinim al-kach," not to put bati dinim to be matter this almanas isa. Hakinim shem lechem l'rachek avaloy l'kar. So basically, Gamliel's shita is that the isha, this almana of a suffix chalal, is psula lekuna. And the Gemara says that even though Gamliel holds of cheskes kashrus, that's dafka when bitstarfes a bari v'shema. But over here, where the almana herself is not sure, so there's no reason to say that she's kasher. It's dafka the bari with the tziruf of cheskes haguf. But over here, even though she has a chazaka that she's ksher, but she's a shema, so even Gamliel is going to be maskin. Just one other thing, in Rabbi Yeshua, besides having a svek sveka, the Gemara says a svara that the almana is boidekes v'nisses. Isha nisses boidekes v'nisses. That she probably checked out to make sure that this guy is not a chalal, the person that she married. And that's another reason to be mitzvah of why she would be kosher. Mishnah Daled. Hey, Rabbi Yosi ben Ye'ezer ish Sreida. He was mater three things. What were the three things? Al ayel kimsel dachin. So that's a type of grasshopper, which was called an ayel kimsa. And he held that that grasshopper is kosher. The two pshatim in the Gemara and Avodah Zarah Lamed Zayin and Aleph, what the nekuda over here is, because one of the simadim of a grasshopper is Roishay Arach, so that could be one side. If you hold Roishay Arach is mutter, Roishay Arach is mutter. And the other pshat in the Gemara over there is whether it's knaf of chayfin, it's rubai, is one of the simadim, and over here it's the wings are covering most of the body, but only Aidei Chak, and that's the machlekes, is that good enough or not? The second case that he was mater is al mashke beis mitbechaya dachin, that the dam or the mayim in the azara is tahar. So on this there's machlekes Rav and Shmuel in the Gemara Avodah Zarah on Lamed Vav Amud Beis. Rav says that we're talking about the tumah of the liquid itself. So the Torah says that liquid becomes tameh, but over here, where it's in the kachim, there's a chashash that's going to be a hefsid kachim. So by being mitameh for no reason, you're going to be cause a hefsid to kachim. So the machlekes Rav and Shmuel is if tumas mashke itself is daraisa derabanan. So if it's derabanan, so then they weren't goyzer b'makam beis mitbechaya. But the other side is that it's only derabanan is only gab b'tamei acherim, and over here we're talking about to be mitama something else, and in the Azara they weren't geyser. And the third thing that Rabbi Yosi was mater is, the Mishnah says, with the Yaakov b'misa mistav, that if you touch a mace, you become tamei. So the Gemara, also on Avodah Zarah, on Lamazayin Amabeis, asks, what do you mean? If you touch a mace, that's the Araisa. And also, why is that called a kula for Rabbi Yosi? He's actually being machmer by saying it's tamei. So the Gemara comes out that he's going in a specific case of tumo b'chiburim, which means that one person was tamei touching the mace, and another person was touching that person that was touching the mace at the same time. So in that case, if it's b'chiburim, then it's taka daraisa. That Rabbi Yosi wouldn't be mater. But what he was saying was that if it's shaloi b'chiburim, so in that case, even though there were others that came along that were machmer, he said no, only the person touching the mace itself is going to be tamei. But so it's actually the diak. The dafka, the person the mace is touching, is tamei, but the person that's touching the person that's touching the mace, shaloi b'chiburim, is going to be tar. And because he was mater these three things, the Mishnah ends off the karile Yosi Sharia. So Rabbi Yosi had a name called on about him that he was always mater.